and welcome back to Gapey's greenhouse. The polar vortex has hit Washington and we got dumped on with 8 inches of snow here, and it got down to some pretty cold temperatures. It was 11 degrees last night and it got down to 18 degrees here in the greenhouse. We still have a lot of greens growing in here and it looks like we have a little bit of damage. I think a lot of it will pull through, but I think we might lose a few things. So let's take a closer look here. The cilantro actually looks pretty good. I think it'll be just fine. It's barely even wilted, so I think we'll be good there. I just put some Swiss chard starts in the ground over the last couple weeks, and it looks like most of them will be okay. Some of the leaves are a little bit wilty, but I think they'll bounce back. It's actually 65 degrees in the greenhouse today with the sun shining, while it's not even above freezing outside. We've got some kale back there that's a little wilty, but I think it might pull through as well. We've got that shotweed. I don't know how shotweed got in here, but I need to pull that out before it goes to seed and sprays seeds everywhere. We have some lettuces over here. This one looks good. The ones back here, that one does not look good. I don't know. You can see kind of the base of the leaves are a little bit brown. That's not a good sign, so I'm not sure that one is going to pull through. But that one's a different variety than this one here. And then we've got our mixed greens over here that I overseeded, and I still haven't harvested any of these, but I'm seeing a little bit of wilting, but I think it'll probably pull through once we get enough warm temperatures in here. And then we've got this is the Bare Necessities kale that's got really frilly leaves that I really like. And that one, it looks pretty good. It's a little bit floppy, but I think it'll be okay. And then we've got the dinosaur kale, which doesn't look like it's got any damage at all. And then some more of that Bare Necessities kale here. And then we've got arugula, and the arugula is already bolting. So you can see this is the stalk where flowers will start forming at the top. That's always the first thing to go to flower in the greenhouse. I've tried several different varieties and they all seem to do that. I think it's more of a lighting thing, so I think the more light it gets, it just triggers them to go to seed, because it hasn't been really that warm in the greenhouse. And then we've got, this is the bok choy. I have a few different varieties of bok choy, and you can see here this one's already going to flower. I did harvest quite a few of it last week, but we still have a few left, and I probably should get those harvested as well, because these small bok choys are just going to flower, so they're not going to be too good that much longer. And I've got some more Swiss chard just kind of plopped in here randomly where I pulled out the bok choy. And the mustard, or not mustard, this is spinach. I have several different varieties of spinach over here. I've got some Amsterdam, Smooth, Bloomsdale, Matador. There's some, what is that, baby leaf over here. So they're all different kinds in here, and the cold temperatures don't seem to have affected the spinach really at all. This one here is a little bit wilty, but I think all the other ones are actually looking pretty good. And then over on this side we have the mustard, and this is all over here, the Katsuona mustard. It doesn't seem to like the wet temperature or the humidity very much. The ones here in the back are not looking too good, and I took out several already, and that there's a lot of moisture in the corner back here, and I think that's why it wasn't doing very good. But the ones that are further over here and not as much wet are doing a lot better. But they are looking kind of wilty after this cold weather, but I think they'll probably be okay. And I have a bucket here that catches rainwater from the roof because the greenhouse roof is leaking a little bit. And then we've got some more kale over here, and see, I think this is there's some red Russian back there, and I think this one is the blue Vates curled kale along with the one back there. But those look a little bit wilty, but I think they'll probably pull through as well. And again, here's some more random Swiss chard that I planted wherever there was space. And then we have some more of the arugula, and you can see all these are going to flower as well, and they're looking a little bit wilty. So we'll see how they do after it warms up a little bit more. And then here are the beets. So some of my beets, I had beets over here, which I planted Swiss chard in because they all died, but the beets on this side are doing really good. This is the Chioggia beets. So these are all doing really good, and it doesn't seem like the cold weather has affected them too much. And then the Swiss chard next to it is also doing not too shabby. And then we've got some onions here in the middle that are just starting to come up. And I think that's the Egyptian walking onions that I planted in here. And that's what we got going on in the greenhouse. Thanks for watching, and I'll give you a pepper update next week.